So the sources of greenhouse gas emissions actually in the ARRRA cluster are pretty concentrated. So it's very suited to decarbonize very quickly. However, when it comes to carbon capture and storage, this is more of an infrastructure-based investment, because before a single company in the ARRRA cluster can decide that they want to invest in carbon capture and storage, they have to have the certainty that there will be somehow some place for them to first of all store their captured CO2, and how will they transport this CO2. So there comes this issue with the chicken or the egg. Should there be infrastructure first and then the companies will start investing, or should companies invest first and just have faith that the government will at a certain point in time provide infrastructure? So that's one of the major challenges. Another issue is even though the ETS price is high, it is not yet applied when it comes to carbon capture and storage, which makes the business case for individual companies, because they're the ones that will have to invest in a pretty expensive tool, which makes the business case weaker for them. So those are a couple of challenges that companies face in the ARRRA cluster. So the ARRRA cluster is the industrial conglomeration that spans Belgium, the Netherlands, and the German state North Rhine-Westphalia. It's a very interesting place infrastructurally, because first of all, it has two of the busiest ports in Europe, which is Rotterdam and Antwerp, where a lot of stuff comes in and gets shipped out to the rest of Europe. It is also at the nexus of several important energy infrastructure. For example, when it comes to LNG, the port of Antwerp-Zeebrugge is one of the main ports that receives LNG from other countries than Russia. And since the war, it has only gained importance. So when it comes to carbon capture and storage and CO2 infrastructure, there's a real opportunity here for this region to become the EU hub when it comes to transporting and storing CO2. It is close to the North Sea. The Netherlands has storage capacity. Belgium plans on building different liquefaction hubs within the country. So it's a very important region, but it's also important that the EU invests in it in order to make these opportunities come to fruition. At the moment, the countries within the ARRRA region are using several tools to support the development of CCS in their country. Some do it by having vision texts on carbon capture and storage and creating some type of carbon management strategy. This is something that North Rhine-Westphalia already has and is now cooperating with the German federal government in order to create a federal carbon management strategy. Some other countries, such as the Netherlands, also provide operating subsidies, making the business case more attractive to companies that want to invest in CCS in the Netherlands. Others, like the region Flanders within Belgium, have already come up with their own CO2 transporting laws, trying to make the market become a bit more clear for the stakeholders that are involved in order to make the rules of the game clear. However, even though these are all very interesting policy tools and that they help to a certain extent, the EU level is the best level to create a push for carbon infrastructure, just because you need both parts of the value chain. You need the emitters that are going to invest in CCS and the storage places. And storage now is mostly in the Netherlands. Belgium and Germany do not have their own storage. So it's difficult to develop policies and laws for just one specific member state when the infrastructure at the end of the day will have to be European.